So at any point in the process, even after you finish doing all the keyframing and animation and everything, it is still possible to make changes to your drawing as long as we don't change the layers order, names, or anything like that. So what I'd like you to do, and this is another technique to make sure you turn in the right file, is to find your folder filled with layers, right click on one of them, and reveal in Explorer. That's going to show you the exact file that was used when it was imported. Now notice I downloaded Noah's and then I wanted to try something out, and now here I've got a whole project that I've made out of it. It's not in the right place. So I don't necessarily want to move that right now, but I do want to edit it. So I'm going to say open. It'll open it in Illustrator. It can't find the original graphic, of course, because I don't have that one, but I don't need it because he finished his drawing. Now let's go ahead and add some style to these legs that are remaining. So if you want to go back and add a little bit of texture, depth, inner glow, outer glow, that kind of stuff, we can do that right now. So with that selected, I can Effect, make an inner glow. I'm going to change it to the normal and black. And then by default, it's at 75% opacity. The amount of blur here is kind of high, so I'm going to put it back down and just find a nice amount that's on there like that. This is the easy way to just add a little bit to it. Once you've done it to one, you can do it to all. So I'm going to just shift click on these different layers to select them, even though I can't see them, although you can see I've got them selected over here. And once I've applied the effect once, I can apply it again. So that is one easy way to just add a little something to it so it's not so two-dimensional. What I've done here, of course, is that cross stroke gradient. If you want to keep the exact same color, then we might need to select that, double click it, get this color code. I'm going to Control C copy and click OK. And now I want to change that stroke to a gradient. Now I don't have a good reflective gradient right now, so the trick here is to select one that already has it. Now when I go to the yellow one, I can say give me that reflective green gradient, make it go across the stroke, but let's change this color. So instead of green, I kept that color code and I'm pressing enter, and now it's yellow. So I can do the same thing for both sides. That's one way to do it. And then if the middle looks funny being green, easy to just do white. So it's just a matter now of making sure that this has been saved. This is that same one that we had before. Let's see, I guess I was in the middle of something. Control S, and there's no asterisk. Going back to After Effects, it's going to update those layers, and we're going to see the appearance improve there. Spacebar, and you can see all of those. So they're all animated. They're still doing their movement, but we now have that inner glow going around. There's that reflective gradient that's there. It is possible to add inner glows from here as well, but we might run into things that we want to fix. For example, let me return to Illustrator and say, how about applying that inner glow to the body of the creature? So here's the body, Effect, and applying the inner glow shows me that, wait, there's a head and it's overlapping and it looks like there was a little bit of trouble there. So let me go ahead and add the inner glow so I can see it a little more easily and figure out what to do to jazz this up. So I'm going to use my eraser tool, and what that's doing is it's cutting the path. Okay, let me cut that a little more carefully. How can I do that better? Why, zoom in, of course. So I'm going to erase right down here. And then with my V main selection tool, I can select just that one piece. I should be able to get in there, delete it. Looks like there's one extra piece here that didn't mean to be there. And then we've got this head here, and it's got a little bit of choppiness. Well, Object Path and Simplify or Smooth would take care of that. Let's just smooth it out. Maybe move it all down just a little bit, which means probably moving the mouth layer as well. Let me see if I can select both the teeth and the mouth at the same time and just bring them down a little bit further the way that we had. So this is changing a little bit of where things are. We could even do a drop shadow. I kind of like when this head is over the body, then we could add a drop shadow to it. Effect, stylize, and drop shadow. And as long as the drop shadow doesn't have an offset into places you don't want, this is just casting a shadow down as if the head is above the rest of it. So we could do lots of different things here. I wonder if we could apply that drop shadow to the body, what that might look like on the legs if they're underneath. Effect, apply drop shadow, and you can see the shadow being cast on the legs right there as well. Let me take a look at that drop shadow. Appearance, drop shadow, and maybe we don't want quite so much Y. Increase the opacity a little bit. Or maybe you decide, you know what, I don't want to do that. You can just hide it. So pressing Control S, save. Going back to After Effects, we should see things change here. We move things, but we did not rearrange layers or rename them or delete them, so nothing broke. So you can also apply effects here as well. Let me show you what applying a drop shadow or an inner glow. Let's do an inner glow here. So what's involved with adding, let's say, a red inner glow to the mouth? Well, you would right click on the mouth and go to Layer Style, and you can find the inner glow. It automatically defaults to some numbers. Now we need to find the inner glow, so it's now a layer style's been added. Here's the inner glow, and I have to expand that. I've got a blending mode of screen, so let me make that normal so I can see it. Let's make it a bright red so we can kind of see what's going on. Clicking OK. There's an opacity level there, and now I've got to go to the size and spread and a few other things on here that I can adjust. So now I've got it glowing red from the inside. It might still need a black stroke, and I'd go back to the layer style. I could apply a stroke to it. Strokes by default here are red, so I might want that to be black instead. And so now I've got kind of a crazy look there. It has 3 pixels, maybe just make it 1 pixel, kind of a black outline of the mouth. Not too shabby, but maybe these teeth need a little work as well. So again, you can go back to Illustrator. Can be a lot easier to work with. You can apply effects here. The nice thing here, they can be keyframed. So we could change the color over time of that inner glow or color overlay, change the stroke. Those kinds of things, being able to animate them can make things really unique.